I'll call this meeting of Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness to order. Rep. Sappy, could you please lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jamie, please call the roll.
Chairman Solomon,
Here.
Representative Borowski, VBD, Representative Brown, VBD, Representative Doherty, Representative Genst, Representative Haddock, Representative Ingalls, VBD, Representative Monroe, VBD, Representative O'Mara, VBD, Representative Pielli, VBD, Representative Sappy, Representative Scott, VBD, Representative Takak, VBD, Representative Webster, VBD. Chairman Gillen.
Here.
Representative Banta. Representative Bashline. VBD. Representative Cooper. Representative Ham. VBD. Representative Kerwin. VBD. Representative Krupa. Representative Major. VBD. Representative Rigby. Representative Stender. Representative Wattrow. Representative Williams. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Jamie. We're going to be taking the resolutions and voting them as a pair, just like we did last time. I know that a number of the two sponsors have comments about their resolutions, so I will first bring up House Resolution 288, and I'll turn it over to Representative Haddock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Resolution 288 celebrates the 250th birthday of the U.S. Navy. In Philadelphia on October 13, 1775, the Continental Congress established what was then known as the Continental Navy, which later on through its history was called the U.S. Navy, to defend our seas during the American Revolution. By 1776, 26 warships were given the task to take on the British Navy, which had 270 warships. Despite the odds the colonies faced, the Continental Navy was successful and fought for our freedom, and our founding fathers commended the role of the U.S. Navy as Article I of the United States Constitution and grants the Congress the authority to provide and maintain the Navy. This resolution celebrates the 250th birthday of the U.S. Navy, and I have asked, and everybody was gracious, all 5 members of the Navy that served came on as co-prime, so I'm proud of that fact, and I thank our members that did that.
Thank you, Representative. We'll now bring up House Resolution 328, authored by Representative Pugh. Representative Pugh, your comments, please. Thank you. Oh, we're also joined by Representative Webster and Representative Borowski. Thank you. Representative.
Thank you, Chairman Solomon and Chairman Gillen, and to my colleagues that are sitting here today. Fire safety is a really big deal for our industry and for our constituents. And this year's theme is actually charging into fire safety. And at this point, we are charging more than we have ever charged before, from e-bikes to phones to power tools. And it's time that I think we can use this chamber and our words in order to educate the public on properly disposing of those batteries and making sure that they're using the right power cords in order to charge the devices, which can cause a fire in their homes, which can harm our constituents and our residents, but also the firemen that run in to save their lives and to protect them. And I think by bringing awareness to this and bringing this resolution up and us being able to talk about it, we're going to be able to create a lot of good. Fire Safety Week for this year is October 5th to October 11th, and I truly appreciate your support on this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Representative. Are there any questions or comments on either House Resolution 288 or House Resolution 328? Chairman Gillen?
Yeah, just very briefly. Thank you to both of the makers. We've had 3 fatal fires, not in my district, in the municipality in which I live over the course of the last 2 years. I think it's critical to raise awareness. I come from a Navy family. My dad was a World War II aviator, so I'm excited to vote on this resolution. Though my daughter hopefully is not listening in. She's in the Army. She may be at variance. But we had 27 warships, it was pointed out, in 1776, going against a Navy that had 10 times as many warships. By comparison, the British Navy in 1776 had nearly as many deployable warships as the United States does today. Think of that for a minute. In Britain in 1776, there was 8 million residents, and the colonies had 2.5 million residents. So it was a formidable force, but heaven was on our side, and you know what the result was. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Gillen. Are there any negative votes on House Resolution 288 or House Resolution 328? Seeing none, both resolutions will move to the floor for consideration. I will now bring up House Bill 798, authored by Representative Benham. This is a re-referral. We're asking that it be re-referred to the State Government Committee. Are there any questions or comments on the re-referral? Seeing none, the bill is moved to the State Government Committee. Any negative votes? Sorry. The bill is now officially moved to the State Government Committee. I will now bring up Senate Bill 146, authored by Senator Baker. First, we have an amendment authored by Representative Gillen. He has authored 01849. I'll turn it over to Chairman Gillen.
This amendment, primarily technical in nature, but it has some really substantive elements to it. It would recalibrate the board, and it would additionally, with regard to audits, move from a 2 to a 3-year audit. This has been developed in conjunction with the MVA as well as the Auditor General's office, and the administration has been included in this discussion as well. And I want to commend the staff. This meeting will be a relatively few minutes, but the many hours that have been put in by the staff has been nothing short of remarkable and refining the product. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, just to concur with that, Mike and Sean and all staff have done a lot of work to get this amendment and the underlying bill to this place, and we really appreciate that. Any questions or comments on the amendment? Are there any negative votes? Seeing none, Chairman Gillen's amendment is adopted. Now on to the underlying bill, Senate Bill 146 as amended. Are there any comments or questions? Chairman Gillen.
I think it's critically important for this program, the Veterans Trust Fund and the underlying board, for there to be substantive oversight. And I think really that's the operant phrase here. We're all heavily invested in this particular program and what it does, and there's been a lot of talk about solvency and a shortage of dollars to fund the programs that are critical and important to all of us. And so to the extent that the good chairman and myself, ultimately when this passes and becomes law, I'll become non-voting members in terms of oversight. We want to make sure that the resources are there to provide for our veteran community. And that's really the intent here. It's not about creating a new program. It's providing comprehensive oversight and direction for a program that has been enduring for generations, and we want to take it deeply into the 21st century. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Gillen. I also want to thank Representative Webster for his work on this issue. I think it's about awareness and accountability. By bringing in more subject matter experts, we are going to engage more groups that are focused on the veteran experience. On the accountability front, we want to make sure that the programs that we're pushing out there are actually working and serving veterans. So I think on awareness and accountability, accountability, this bill hits the right notes. On the accountability piece, we are still in discussions to make sure that the audit provisions are in keeping with what the Auditor General can do and get done in a timely fashion, so we might have a little more on that front. Are there any negative votes on Senate Bill 146 as amended? Seeing none, Senate Bill 146 as amended moves to the floor for consideration. Any other business? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.